What's going on, guys? It's Mark and Tony, and we're here to answer all your deep and dark secret questions you've been asking us in our Ask Us Anything group. You ready to do this?
I am ready to do this.
But wait, before we can, where do they go to get the best swag in the game?
It would be pbswagbag.com. Use our code LWP10 at checkout to save 10% off your first monthly subscription.
All right, let's see who the first question
So this
is
group
from.
on Facebook is Ask Us Anything, literally anything. Hopefully it is paintball related. I don't want any personal questions. I'm not a counselor, not a therapist. So let's do this.
Brian South wants to know the barrel tip that comes with the die CZR. Will it fit the die ULS barrel back?
The tip that comes with the CZR fit the die ULS barrel back. That's a really, really good question, actually. Steven says, yeah, it's a die ULS barrel that comes on the CZR. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't think it's gonna.
Do you want to go run real quick?
Yeah.
I'll wait. I'll hold perfectly still so we can just read.
Fit on the ULS barrel back?
Yep. By the magic of editing,
Look at that.
You have a
ULS barrel back, and I have a tip from a die rise CZR. Look at that. It actually screws on there perfectly. So yes, the answer is yes. So Sean, yeah.
He was kind of right.
It's not a ULS, but it's you definitely works. So
But the works.
For sure.
There you go. Next question. Luke wants to know, honest opinion on the Carbon IC barrel. I have the one-piece Carbon XL barrel, but inserts keep getting stuck in it. Well, that's not good. Did you core sample your barrel?
So when he has a one piece in the insert, like stuck as into like you just can't get because it's so tight, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Is that, let's see. Yeah, and then, the SS8 bills, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, the SS8 is the most current barrel that takes the 8-inch XL inserts. We haven't had a problem with it. If it's the SS8, we haven't seen anything. People absolutely love them. So
yeah, anytime that just means to me, it goes either your insert isn't completely round anymore, or your barrel's not round anymore. Try the insert in a different barrel and see if that's
if
an
you
issue.
bought it brand new, send it back to whoever you got it from,
that
and go from there for sure.
Unless you've had it for like 6 months and now you're complaining.
Correct.
Next up.
Caden, okay, I'm an Army vet that's taught all three of my boys the way of life as a Ranger. It's common for local facilities to frown on our teamwork and how I get them more involved in competition. I have equipped them with very good gear, and I would love to compete with all of my boys. Where do I start?
Find a field that's more accepting?
The Veteran Militia, run by Wrangle, is also very, very good. Find them on the Facebook group. And teamwork shouldn't be a problem. That's great. You're working with your kids, for sure.
I don't know why the facility would care. I could see like other people getting mad that you're, schooling them and just,
right,
poo-pooing on their play style, but I don't know why the field would care.
And like Mark said, find a field, you might have to drive a little further, but find a field that does offer the air ball, speed ball, because it wants to get more involved in competition. Yeah. So I'm assuming that's the competition you're looking for is like speedball tournaments. Find a local field that has the airball set up and go on out there. You'll meet a lot of friendly people.
Yeah, there's lots of 3-man tournaments and stuff that you can join, and then 4 people,
100%.
one spare. Danny Taylor, which do you think is better, Vanquish or Lux?
I'm going Lux all day long.
Every time, 100%. Next, Denny Horman. Would the laser inserts fit in a Freak XL? I saw your YouTube on the Freak inserts fitting the laser barrel, but not the other way around.
We did a full video on that. Yeah, so none of that is compatible. The HK stuff is completely separate from the Freak stuff, so none of that stuff is going to interchange whatsoever.
You can technically stick a Freak insert in the laser barrel, but we don't recommend it.
Yeah.
It has a little bit of space, and you introduce the potential for breakage. You can't stick the laser insert in a Freak barrel because it has a little lip on it, and it will prevent you from putting the barrel together.
So I would keep them completely separate and avoid any issues, for sure.
William Fraser.
Where's he at? He was just in here.
Where's the best pants for the bigger guy? Yeah, joggers are good.
What was it? We did pod packs.
We did do pants.
Yeah, the joggers are good because they're stretchy. They have that outer elastic band. Who am I thinking of? JT had some bigger pants too. I don't know if those are.
Michael Riley says the 3X should work.
Yeah, the joggers are a good fit for sure because they're stretchy and
And don't worry about the length. Just get some of those like tube socks that go up to your knees, like the soccer players wear. Nobody will even notice. You'll be the hippest dude on the field.
That's right. Brian South says, probably sounds like a stupid question. Will the freak inserts fit in a stock barrel? Example, the stock barrel that comes with the Mini GS. No, it's not bored. It's not bored out to take inserts. So the stock size, the 689 is the stock size.
And that's why you can't use a freak barrel without the insert, because the hole's so big and you lose air pressure and the ball will probably break.
But Chad also says down here, some places will bore out stock barrels to use inserts. But at that point in time, by the time you spend money to pay your machinist, just go and buy the correct barrel back that takes the insert.
Yeah, and I don't know about, as I used BMC back in the day to have them bore out a couple old die barrels I had because I wanted to keep the look.
Right.
But at the time, he couldn't do XL yet. And I know there's a few guys that have been toying with it. I don't know if anybody's actually done it successfully yet.
Depends on how much money you want to spend with your local machinist or fabrication to get the job done.
Because you can't do a Freak XL in a old two-piece barrel. That was the problem, because it would bore out too much of the threads where they connect.
Yep.
So, next up is Cole. Stupid question, no such thing. Can I take an EMF 100 lower and put it on an EMAC upper?
Ooh, an EMF 100 lower.
So is he just talking about the
lower?
It's the front grip and the grip and trigger
It's the same
guard, right?
exact, yeah, because the shroud. Yeah, I'm
should
almost.
Be able to.
I'm pretty. Does anybody comment on that? Like I said,
probably.
Yeah.
It's a long process. Oh, yeah, a lot of screws.
So it's able to be done, but I'm certain something's got to be adjusted. So I'm sure the mechanisms would work, but the actual screw placement, we could dig into that.
Yeah. Anything's possible.
That is true.
John wants to know, is it wise to invest in old markers? I'm looking at an Ego 10 to use as a backup, but I'm worried about finding parts if something were to break. That is a concern for sure. Some older markers are more prevalent than others, so there's more parts available. Some companies still manufacture parts for the older. You have to do your own research for the marker you're looking at to figure out if, if like a regulator blows, are you willing to buy a whole nother used gun just to replace that?
Or the solenoid's the biggest thing. I was thinking if that solenoid goes bad on that Ego 10 per se, you're going to be hard-pressed to find another one. So as much as they were really nice shooters, I probably wouldn't recommend going to a gun that's over, 10 plus years old. Finding, the solenoid, the regulator stuff could be a little hard.
Or if you're cool with it becoming a wall hanger when something does go wrong, just for the sentimental.
That is true.
And then we got Gavin.
Is the Mercury Rise Lava a good gun to buy? I think Burl was shooting one of those.
Yeah, probably. It's an older, though, right? So it depends on how much it costs. What are you willing to spend? And, is it worth $1,500? Probably not. Can you pick one up for $100? Hey, it might be fun to screw around with for.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of unpack in there, and
I would, in my personal opinion, probably say no. You're just getting into guns of that small amount of run. You're going to probably see some problems. So
always consider what's a Mini GS right now is what, $350?
Like close to $400.
$400, yeah. So use that as your baseline. Know what you can get out of a Mini GS. We've done a million videos on those, and then compare what you're going to buy, what the cost is, and the hassle and headache to go with it.
Yeah, don't buy anything less than that.
It's my favorite user, Angus Duty.
Angus Duty.
Hey guys, I just got a CS15 in a trade not long ago, and when I try and change any of the settings or BPS, it says locked. Yeah, there's a tournament lock. Just like Jason says, you gotta turn it off.
Yep. So find the tournament lock, go through your manual, and make sure that's off before you can go through and start toggling through the settings. So
easy fix.
That's right. Does anyone know if the Lone Wolf plans or is talking about opening a new indoor field? Says Will. Not currently, Will, to be completely honest. Ever since COVID hit, things have taken to more media side of the business. So a new indoor field.
Never say never, but nothing in the short term.
Correct. Never say never, but as of this current moment in time, we don't have anything in the works.
Gavin wants to know, I have a Tippmann Striker MP1. Am I able to switch out the board for something that can shoot 20 balls per second?
Gavin, I do not think that is possible. Does anybody in the comments that are more...
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope from Steve. Great marker, but you got to run an A5 or a modded 98.
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to like
Oh, you
mod
remember
out,
that
I
fully
mean,
auto 98 custom we seen in was that Arizona?
yeah.
That was crazy.
But once again, you're going to spend a lot of money in modifications. You got to be good with technical stuff. I mean, I would highly go against not doing that.
Ben Neal, why come that Planet Eclipse still uses their cheap rubber detents? You buy a $1,500 gun and the high price couldn't afford to invest some Durlin detents. That's one thing I really hate when thinking of Planet Eclipse.
Yeah, you shouldn't be going through detents very often, and the rubber ones are small and super easy and super cheap to replace. You're getting into the more of the Delrin stuff and trying to make it like an autococker detent with a spring and a plastic cap on it. Like, you're getting into more money. Those detents are super cheap, and if you do happen to shoot one out, just replace it. It's a little, I mean,
if you're going through them, there's something else wrong with your
100%.
setup. Over pressurized, or I can't even imagine why you would be going through them.
I would rather have my detent be simple like that, because when it does get shot out or does break a little bit, just super cheap. Take the eye cover off, put a new one in, and call it a day.
Next up.
That's
it. That's it. Thanks for sending us your questions. We appreciate them all and keep them coming. It gives us something to do on a Thursday.
And until next time, it is Lone Wolf Paintball.
.com, of course. See you.